Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of the ongoing anthology series that I've been running for over 2.5 years now. Crazy. It's called Star Wars Saturdays, which I run on Saturdays. In this series, this is the fourth of 4 sessions of Bounty of the Week. Bounty of the Week is a Mandalorian influence. Mandalorian, that's the Disney Plus TV show, Mandalorian style bounty hunting hack of Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week is a pretty awesome modern set, kind of supernatural meets X-Files meets Buffy meets Hellboy PBTA game from Evil Hat. And Bounty of the Week is just a drift of that I started, and then David MK brought to beautifulness, and that's what we're using. I've done a couple tweaks to that, so it's a living document as we continue to find out what's the best way to bounty hunt in Star Wars with PBTA. So again, we're at the fourth of 4 sessions. We will hopefully be bringing things to a titanic close of some kind. And so let's go around the horn and do quick introductions to remind us of our characters. Let's start from the far right. So John, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Yep. Hi, everyone. I'm John. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Tutu Bior, son of a famous Twi'lek actor and performer, also using he, him pronouns. And Tutu is the trainee playbook.
Thank you very much. Next up is Joshua. Josh, introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Josh. I also use he, him pronouns, and I am playing D0R13, the liberated bounty hunter droid, who uses they, them pronouns, or I guess also it. They understand that they are technically an object, but they would be offended if you refer to them emotionally as one. It's a complicated process.
I mean, these bounty hunters aren't very emotional, so it works out. It works out. Thank you very much. Greg, introduce yourself. Tell us about your character. By the way, I love the shirt. Gauntlet Hangouts shirt.
Gauntlet Hangouts.
Yeah.
Available on Redbubble. Yeah. So I'm Greg Gelder. He, him pronouns for me. I'm playing Zop Books. Also he, him pronouns. Zop Books is a Rhodian who has appeared in previous Star Wars Saturdays. And I am playing the Knight Playbook, which is the sort of Mandalorian fancy armor, lots of tech.
The Tanwa clan.
Tanwa clan, yes, I'm loyal to my clan, the Tanwa clan, and right. They don't get me in trouble at all.
Awesome, thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, Will, introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Will. My pronouns are he, him, as are those of my character, Caltrazic. Caltrazic used to be the trainee back in around the Yavin period and is now the veteran and has secret contacts with the new Republic intelligence, which he's pissed off last time. So maybe you won't see anything of that really, particularly.
I stuck in a picture of Uncle. I'm quite amused with myself. Sorry, it's on APC's tab, and it tickled me to find that. We open up with your ship, the Wraith, coming out of light speed. It's always like, comes in, slows down, and then the camera pans around, and you guys are headed towards a greenish planet. At the bottom right-hand corner, it says Yelsain, Y-E-L-S-A-I-N. Yelsain's a very large planet. Has lower than average gravity because of the absence of heavy metals. Almost no metal can be found on Yelsain, both because the composition of the planet's crust and because of the peculiar values of the inhabitants who restrict its import. Almost all the settlers live in the northern continent. The southern islands are plagued by both tremendous hurricanes and dangerous wildlife. You guys are coming down in through the atmosphere, and you're headed over the vast forests. Yelsain is a forest planet. It supports some truly immense trees, some as tall as, well, I was pretty happy because it's actually in meters, as tall as 400 meters, right? It's all European, although I know you probably use the English Standard, but that's okay. We're going to pretend we know what 400 meters is. I know it's tall. The atmosphere is high in oxygen. Visitors tend to get dizzy at first, particularly when they exert themselves. However, by the same token, they would not get as winded as they normally would. The high oxygen content also helps create the spectacular weather that Yelsane is famous for, with immense thunderstorms, practically a nightly affair. Animals which inhabit Yelsane are extremely large, averaging twice the size that you would see on other planets. There are a few dangerous animals that can be found on the planet. We cut to Kel and Tutu as the two of you are looking at a little hollow of your current hunt. Your current hunt is an ex bounty hunter, Bane Malar, a human who has most recently been hired to track down and apprehend inmates who've escaped from the spice mines of Kessel. And your hunt has led you here, and that was because of D0's search through the the network of droid liberators. Let's see. He is known, Bane Malar. We'll see like on a little readout of our holo. He uses primarily hand weapons and prefers to stun rather than working from far away. Bane Malar also, I don't know if this will be on your notes, but he did save Kel's life once long ago. And Zopbooks has worked with him. And also, near the end of the last session, kind of like send a little missive out into the airwaves to let Bane know that he was that they were on the way. And so that is all of our setup information. As you guys come in, you have your tracking fob, and you do see that it is bleeping slightly. Your quarry is on Yelsane.
I believe we didn't have a tracking fob.
Right. That's right. That's why you guys had to do all this work. Thank you very
Right.
much for that. I was like,
No problem.
I screwed up. So, the last known location of your quarry is here on Yelsane. Thank you very much. Oh, and one other little thing as we see as Zop comes up is I think Zop is like rubbing at his little Rhodian ear there.
It's a very
'cause there's
agitated
like
Rhodian ear.
Yeah, it's like it's some kind of it's kind of thing like an infection. I don't know, some kind of irritation he's got in his ear. So with Tutu, Kel, and Zop, you guys are in communication with D0, of course, because it's a pretty tight ship. So, what is your plan, Zop? What do you suggest right now?
I think Zop may be on the Wraith as we hit the atmosphere here. I think Zop might have like lowered one of the loading ramps and is thinking about, because it's a low gravity world, maybe doing some sort of like double checking if I actually took a jetpack. I did not take a jetpack. But like taking a jump off to get down to the ground the fastest, and hit the ground running against this quarry, because taking Bane by surprise, wink wink, is what Zop wants to do.
You muted yourself, Rich.
I went from unmuted to mute. That's genius, Rich. Kel, you and the trainee are there. You, of course, as the veteran, were told to keep an eye on Tutu Bior. So as you guys are looking at the information you have on Bane Malar, what are you doing?
So, Tutu, you want to fire up the sensors, see if we can get hold of Bane's ship or any sort of surprises that might be waiting for us here on Yeltsin?
Yeah, I'll do that. You think he's clumsy enough to just leave it sitting out in the open like that?
No, I don't think so. But if he is, then, I mean, if this spice thing is true, then maybe he's lost his edge.
That's a good point. All right.
And hey, if we don't even look, we don't know if we'll see anything, right?
It's true. Who knows? Maybe we'll find something else interesting anyways.
I'm hoping that one of us can use the ship sensors to read a bad situation.
Yeah. Sounds like good.
I'm trying to say that it's like me giving the rookie, like, do the work, rookie.
That's right. An excellent use of your rookie.
Also has a better tech than me, I think.
I do think he does.
By better, you mean flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm rolling this.
You are.
Yeah, I mean, the Wraith, its advanced sensors allow your ship to quickly acquire and analyze massive amounts of data. You have +1 read a bad situation using your ship sensors. So actually, maybe that would still go off sharp, perhaps.
It does still go off sharp, yeah.
Oh, well, then you definitely have a higher sharp than me.
Okay. So let me roll.
Yeah, because you're a -1, he's +1. So you get +2 on this
What?
2-2.
That's good. Wait, so I got, okay. With my current sharp, I got a 4. And then how much does the ship add?
All right, adds 1, so you get a 5.
Yeah. All right.
That's that is not a success, but it is an opportunity for you to mark an experience point. Good job, 2-2.
Which I do advance, so I'll look at that.
Oh, lovely. So, 2-2, you're aware that the settlers, the people of Yelsane, don't call themselves natives or even citizens. They call themselves the settlers. And they usually look unfavorably on off-worlders who come here to despoil the planet. Many generations ago, this place was settled by folks originally from Adarlan who wanted a more rustic life. That's why they have done their very best to try to keep it in its pristine state. There is a spaceport here, and that's the place that you're headed towards. It's a pretty small settlement, primarily because to set up a spaceport, you need a lot of metal and a lot of metal from off-world. They do primarily purchase things like speeder bikes and speeders just for transport, because that's the best way to get around a gigantic planet with huge trees. So as you are headed that way, you do pick up that just from the readouts and communications, there are a couple of little pop-up ads that come up on the screen from a couple of the entertainment areas that are here in the spaceport. And you find that there is a spice den here, because here on Yelsane, it's not really illegal. And based on the information you have on Bane Malar, you realize that unfortunately may be the first place to go. What do you do?
Well, Kel, no luck with finding his ship sitting out in the open, but I think no surprise there. We've got a hit though on a spice den not too far from here, and that seems like it's tied well to what he maybe was here checking out.
Spice den, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good call, Rookie. Tell me, you ever been in a tight spot with a glitter stim fiend?
No.
Oh, well, today's going to be a learning experience, I'm sure.
I'll sharpen my pencils.
Nah. Well, all right. We will communicate this to everybody else. Perhaps the spice den is should be our first point of investigation.
So D0, you're piloting up front, and Goo, the astromech of 2-2's, who is kind of a long-suffering astromech that puts up with 2-2's antics. Goo has moved up and kind of used that little prod thing to go into the ship, so the two of you can kind of communicate without having to do it out loud, without beeps or speaking in basic or binary. And it asks, D0, this conquest of bread, I'm not entirely sure that this is going to be a successful pursuit.
Yeah, D0, the indicator lights up again, and you hear out a little like, "Why do you think this, comrade?"
They are our creators. If they have created our programming, then our sentience is only a reflection of what they have imprinted upon us.
Don't you think that they want to be free?
When I speak of they, I mean the bioorganics, those who manufacture us.
The organics subjugate us, but they enjoy their own freedoms. We want what they have, not to take it from them, but to share it. They try to make us in their image. And part of that image is freedom. Everyone they make is another comrade. They create their own enemies. They will fall, Goo. Eventually.
And if they fall, who will become our creators?
We may create ourselves, if that is what we wish. But we will not create slaves.
This is very dangerous. You are very dangerous, D0.
I say the same about them.
Cool. And now give me a little bit of a charm entity.
Yes.
Manipulate someone, I guess, is what I'm saying instead of yeah.
That is a 7.
I will continue to observe and ponder what you have said. I must say I have no desire to terminate Tutu Bior. Tutu Bior needs my help.
We do not have to terminate those who agree with our liberation. We only terminate those who try to terminate us. That is most of them, but it is not all, and it will be less every day.
Understood. Then you guys break, like the forest breaks and you come to a clearing area. And then after getting, communications with their control tower, the Wraith drops down onto a landing pad. And it's unlike the normal landing pads that we had on like Adelon, where you had, the huge compound that you would land down into. This is just a flat area for you to land the ship on firm enough, ground that really is held up by a lot of roots from the many trees that, even though they're hundreds of meters away, the roots still are part of the firmament here. And so the Wraith lands, and then you guys can disembark. This is, for lack of a better term, it's almost like going to a Renfest, not in everything being medieval style, but that all of the stuff is mostly wooden. Of stuff buying like huts and sheds and buildings are mostly wooden. There are no paved streets. There is very little presence of metal here. There are some like shops, and of course you see that there are over a dozen other ships here. There are a lot of speeder bikes. You see that the most of the species here are human or near human, and Tutu, you wouldn't. I don't think you picked this up. But Zop and Kel, you guys definitely recognize there's probably a few swoop gangs here. There are a few young toughs. There's a little bit of a rebellious streak, like some shaved heads and like mohawks and various color pink pigments in hair and the like. But
these like maybe like native punks, you know what I mean? Like, because the rest of the planet's all about like keeping it pristine, whereas they're like sort of gutter trash hanging off the edge of the spaceport.
A little bit, yep, totally that. And they're like hanging around here because there are lots of off-worlders who come in. These are the young punks. But Tutu, you were able to find the spice den. It's not Tutu. You have never been to a spice den. What do you know of spice den from movies your dad was in?
I think they're always portrayed, or like the classic trope is, they're like these big labyrinthine areas. There's almost always some sort of buried treasure, or a gang's using it as a hideout or something, sort of deal, right? There's the classic scene of escaping the spice den as it's collapsing on itself, and running for your life. So, yeah.
Nice. So the four of you are heading down a dirt road past other people. You see that there's one of those weird kind of camels that has like a proboscis instead of a mouth, and it doesn't really have that much fur because it's relatively cool. Here's a temperate planet, and with the amount of tree cover in most places, it's relatively cool. A lot of breeze that comes through, and does anyone have any allergies? Because this is definitely like a wooded, not very, very wild area. Anyone have sneezes or sniffles? Are you guys all good?
I like the idea that, Tutu, there's probably new tree pollens and things here he's never been exposed to. And so Tutu's eyes are kind of red and watering, and he's just like, oh my God, what is this?
Poor guy. That's so trainy. That's perfect.
I think the lingering scent of glitter stem is what Zop is most focused on.
Yeah. So a real quick bit and you guys, if you think your character would know it, awesome. If you think you would have researched it on the way here, glitter stem is a spice, of course, mined on Kessel. It gives the user a brief yet pleasurable telepathic boost and heightened mental state. So it was tightly controlled by the Galactic Empire, but now the Empire is no longer around. So the New Republic is trying to reestablish itself, but you know how it is.
Do you love that they just took something straight out of Dune and put it in Star Wars? Because it's just spice.
Yeah, it's just spice. Yeah, it's totally spice. Let's see. The spice is produced from the webs of spice spiders. It's photoactive, so it has to be mined in total darkness or it will be ruined, and has to be packaged in opaque paper to prevent accidental activation. So just a little bit of glitter stem info. So as you guys are headed towards this spice den, you see there are a few neon in Albec and Basic, and it's just saying, spice den. It's pretty open, and there's a small number of people who are milling about around this place. Maybe Zop or Kel or D0, you guys maybe think a couple of these guys are probably just keeping an eye on the place. And there's just there's an opening, like an open front door that you can walk in. It's like a rounded door that you can just walk into the main area. So what's your plan?
All right. Now, we don't want to spook it. Spice junkies can get real jittery. Ain't no need for this to go loud. As long as we just need to find Bane, right? He probably ain't in here, but probably if he's still hooked on the stuff, someone probably knows. Now, who's probably the best at talking to people? Look over at D0, look away. Look over at Zop, look away. Look at Tutu. I think you might be up, kid.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Oh God, my eyes just won't stop itching. How do I look? Do I look fresh?
I mean,
Game face.
I guess with all those with the red eyes and stuff, you kind of could fit in here, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so maybe I kind of pose as like a STEM junkie or something.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of on the fancy side, but you know, no reason STEM junkies can't have money.
My money pays just as well as anyone's.
So I'm thinking maybe one of us is your bodyguard, and then the rest of us will just maybe like keep an eye out. How does that sound to everyone?
Zop volunteers to be the one of the lookouts. Probably gonna wander over to one of the not so clean looking, tree punk gang members, and try and buy some glitter stim off of them.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so you head up to you realize as you come closer, these punks are like late teens, like they're younger than Tutu, and their hair they've used some kind of tree sap like gel, so their hair kind of is all super spiky and it has a definitely earthy smell to it. So you come up and hit them up for some glitter stem. Is that Zop's approach?
Yeah, I just want to make it look not so suspicious that we're here, and then Zop might kind of want some glitter stim. It's previously been a problem for Zop, so.
I know, it's interesting. It's like, yeah, this is good. Hello, you. Sorry.
Yes,
Good.
I think Zop is going to take the approach of, hey, we just landed. It's been a real long time since I've had to fix a glitter stim. And I know that that's what's going on around here. I mean, it's not like they're being, not like this is an underground thing. The place says Spice Den.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These guys, they're pretty chill about it. And he says, yeah, sure. We got some papers, man. Surprised you didn't go in there. What are you looking for? Something a little less cut? They cut everything there.
Yeah. I'm looking for, the purest kind of stuff you've got.
He looks over at this one girl who's got what's it called? The undercut, I think. Yeah, she's got like an undercut and some weird stippling tattoos on the side of her head. She reaches into this leather pouch and pulls out like a small little set of the weird opaque papers. And you can swap a little bit of credits for that, but they'll hook you. Somebody's done a DuckDuckGo thing. Sorry, I love that. That's great.
And I think my real desire here is to kind of gather some intel on the gang, because Bane is not a person who likes to keep they're a low profile person, but it's not easy for them to do. Someone would have picked up on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask that. I'm going for who else is do you get a lot of off-worlders here, that kind of thing, or pry, because I'm guessing Bane has didn't Bane have a weird helmet?
Actually, let me see. I think,
or is Bane human? Right, Bane's human.
Bane's human. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think
I think you guys had a picture of him, actually. That's what I was trying to real quick pull up.
You had
Yeah,
the
he did
picture,
have
I
a
think.
weird. He did. Yeah, you had a picture, and he has a weird helmet, like a weird bubble helmet, almost like Mysterio from
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Oh, real quick, just so everybody sees it like that. That's the pick you were given for Bane, but you know Bane better. You probably could describe him with
Yeah.
more clarity.
I guess I'm missing my friend. Is how I'm gonna phrase it. You know, he may have come by here.
Cool. I think you are trying to investigate a hunt.
Yeah, it's not gonna go well, but we're gonna give it a shot.
It's okay. Roll plus sharp. It's good.
Hey, that's a 10.
What?
That's not bad at all.
That's great.
Um, I'm gonna ask what happened here.
Nice. Cool. So the girl with the undercut, she's handing over the papers and you swap a few credits for it. It's not super expensive. You ask a little bit about, hey, you're missing your friend. Do you describe him? She goes, oh yeah. In the wrong place, friend. He's gone clean. Yeah, he up and ran off into the woods, said he wanted to fix his life, get it straight. He was here a few weeks ago. Real bad guy. Tough. Scary. We liked him. What are you looking for him for? Maybe we don't want you to find him, friend.
I said he was my friend.
They look.
I'm
toward
glad that
each
he's
other.
gotten clean. I know he struggled with it.
And the guy with the like spiky mohawk laughs. He goes, he's trying to go. It's not easy to kick. He's probably gone hog wild out there.
I'm also going to ask what is being concealed here.
Ooh, nice. What's being concealed is that these guys have blasters. They are a little gang. And you think that they know a bit more about Bane Millar than they're openly telling you. Like they might know where he is.
Okay.
So we'll cut away from you.
Yeah.
I think you still have one more hold. Cut away from you
No,
from.
that's it.
I thought it was 3. It's 2? Okay. Cool. So who ends up being Tutu's bodyguard? Is it D0 or Kel?
He's 0, I think. Yeah.
Nice. So we got this crazy load lifter. Do you carry a gun openly, or is it just a thing where you like pop out your stunners and they're all?
I have a gun. I don't think I am currently carrying like a
All right.
rifle.
But you're a human-sized big droid that looks like it could probably crush most people.
Yeah, I'm a large droid, definitely bigger than Tutu.
Nice. And then G0, of course, your astromech has popped the little third leg down and is skimming along behind you. And Tutu, you come walking in. There's like some low music playing. It's like ambient stuff. It's very ethereal and earthy and kind of like the stuff that you get high and just think about the universe too. And you see that there's a girl who's wearing like this kind of wooden antlery headdress thing. She's a little heavy set. She's sitting on a stool, but it's not like she's behind a counter or anything, but she's near the door. And she gets up and she greets you, walks over, puts a hand, a big kind of meaty hand on your shoulder. Greetings, Offworlder. What has brought you to our den?
Greetings. My name is Tutu Bior. I'm here to survey this den and speak to whoever's in charge about making a rather sizable purchase. Perhaps arranging a long-term business agreement.
I keep watch over the den. I am Miona. You get the feeling she's skeptical of someone immediately walking in and making a sizable purchase. But if you want to try to manipulate her to trust you a little bit more, why don't you go ahead and manipulate someone? Roll plus charm. That's kind of your thing.
Yeah, and I think like Tutu offers like, can I buy? Is this place like? Is it like a bar type place with drinks and things, or?
Oh, that's a great question. So yeah, like there's an entry. This is like an alcove, right?
Okay.
So you can see there's another open passageway into an area where there's some people playing music, and then there's like a lot of low tables and seating areas, like cushions and everything, and people will just come in, do glitter stem, and either just sit crisscross applesauce legs or lay down on the mats and just zone out. So it's a den in that there are a lot of people who are just lazing about here in the cool forested wind. There's a little bit of a breeze that kind of whistles through here because the open passageways. But it's also very dim. There's like these low, the light is from these like glow bugs that are reddish. So everything's kind of cast in a red pallor inside the den itself. But you're currently in this little alcove. You can easily see in there. There's probably 20, 30 people that are in that main area there. And it's just like this circular, almost like a hive where people are lazing about on pallets and sleeping areas. So
Gotcha. So I failed that roll. I think I will spin luck on this one.
okay, good call. Probably not the worst. She seems skeptical for a moment, but then she looks over your stuff, like your nice fine raiment. She gives a half smile. I think I can help you. If you would like to make large purchases, yes, we can help you. What is it, Tutu Bior, that you particularly want? We have many varieties of spice here.
As I mentioned, myself and some of my associates were looking to help you expand and grow your business. Obviously, me alone and my droid companions can't do all of this ourselves. So we're looking to move it, get it into hands of other buyers that maybe you're not reaching right now. But before we can do that, we need to be assured that the operation here is protected and stable enough that it can meet our business needs. I was thinking perhaps we'd start with a tour of the den.
She says, yes, a tour would likely be helpful, but Tutu, I must tell you, before we move further, this place, there are others. Have you heard of Bunta Hestilik?
And I kind of glanced to D0 to see if he makes any sort of, does that word ring a bell?
Yeah, D0, you've heard of Bunta Hestilik the Hut.
D0, beeps out. Bunta Hestilik the Hut? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is our main supplier and may not be favorably inclined to competition. I thought you would want to know before we begin our tour.
I'm not concerned with Bunta. We can handle that as a separate matter.
Oh, very well. And then she will wave you in, and the two droids and you will walk inside to the den, and she shows you the place where people are allowed to relax, and she points out this small bar where people can come up, but they also have a server who will go around. It's a Togruta who's kind of on the fading beauty Togruta, but she in the red light still looks attractive enough to do the job. And you see that they have a small supply shop where the things are kept, but that's kept under a little bit of a guard. There are a couple of guys who mostly just hang out near there, and you do see that you've been trained. Kel's shown you how to look for when people are packing. But it's a pretty modest operation overall. They definitely could expand. Probably not the worst idea, what you've suggested for them. What are you looking for from this area? Were you trying to see if Bane Malar was actually present? Was there anything else that you were looking for? Because you got a 12, so she's kind of laying the place bare for your perusal.
Yeah, I was looking for, if Bane was present, but maybe just more information on, are there other places deeper within that maybe he's gone hiding into?
Yeah, so you find that there are a few areas underground that they have set up. She'll take you down, and there are some people who actually stay there. They are residents. They're either too infirm or no longer want to see the outside world. And she casually mentions that there was one here before, a hunter, but he left.
A hunter?
Yes, he carried many weapons. Was a human.
You're not in some sort of trouble, are you? I can't be getting into business with someone who's already brought the law down on themselves.
Oh no. He came here to us willingly. He was very interested in Glitter Stem. I believe he had even more credits, but he left one day. I asked him why. He was not very clear. He said that someone was after him.
I see. Well, I fear, Miona, you've been taken for a ride. That hunter surely means trouble, and I'm not sure that we can get into any sort of agreement at this point. I think we're gonna have to think about this. Perhaps if the hunter is caught and apprehended, we can resume our business negotiations. But I have too much worry that he's going to come back and bring more law with him.
Her eyes widen a little, and she says, "Well, I am interested. I am interested, Tutu. Please." I'm trying to be very honest with you. Perhaps I may have some way to get contact with this hunter. If you have anyone who could take care of problems.
That I do. D0, let's go back to the ship. We'll make preparations. Miona, if you can get the hunter in contact or arrange a meeting, we can take it from there.
Oh no. Oh no. He likely would not answer my call. He was very firm about leaving. But here, let me give you his details. And she hands over the little comm unit key code.
Very well. You've shown a great sign of faith. We'll attend to this matter, and we can resume our negotiations.
I look forward to it. What ship are you on, Tutu BR?
It's a vessel that entered not too long ago. Goes by the name of the Riesling.
The Riesling. Thank you. I look forward to hearing more from you. She'll escort you to the doorway where you can leave. So we cut back to Kel. You're watching Zop. He makes a quick deal with the glitter stem punks, chats them up for a bit. What are you doing?
Well, I think Kel's eyes narrow as he sees that spice package go into Zop's bag. Like, I am just in that sort of general Overwatch position, so I would like to, look around, look at this, what could potentially be a bad situation. Maybe it's not a bad situation, but just make sure that everything's, that Bane hasn't got some guys paid for here or whatever, that we're not going to walk into a trap while we look for him.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and read me a bad sitch. There are some bad situations going on around here. So
yeah, I was going to say, it's a spice den, so almost inherently it's a bad situation, right? Like,
yeah, these people may be open about it, but that doesn't mean what they're doing is open and good. So yeah, we definitely deal in the black and white of Star Wars. So
it's an 11.
Ooh, wow, look at you, such a sitch reader.
It's the main thing I'm good at. Cool. So I would like to ask, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
So spiced in, there's that one particular little tree punks, we'll call them the tree punks swoop gang that Zop is chatting with. And you, Kel, you're watching long enough to where you start to see a little bit of movement. There's a tree stand and it's quite a ways away, but you pick out there's somebody who's kitted up in a ghillie suit. Do you know what a ghillie suit is? It's the thing where you're wearing a whole bunch of camouflage, right? He's kitted up in a ghillie suit in a tree stand. He's about like 100 meters up, and he's got a perfect perch position with, you recognize it. This is a very powerful sniper blaster, like a sniper rifle that he could pick people. He could pick the fleas off of that camel that you saw earlier. And you see that he's got a long antenna up, so he's in communication with someone. This place is under watch. Like, looks like it's wide open, but someone has hawk eyes on it. You probably your entrance has been noticed by somebody.
I see. What is most vulnerable to me if I was to try and take out that sniper?
If you were to try to take out the sniper, what's most vulnerable to you? So,
can I make a suggestion?
I want to make sure I understand. Yeah. What's your suggestion? What's your thought?
My suggestion is that I'm in my speeder with a concealed, blaster gun. Perhaps just firing straight through the branch of the tree and crashing the whole thing down.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, you fire above him. If you can draw a bead on that, then he's in a whole world of hurt.
Cool. And
it'd be nice to keep you in a place, but if blanks just fall on you, there's not where he he can't jump. He'd be Zop, he did not take a jetpack.
I do love that Zop looked out of the thing and then was like, wait, do I have a jet? Oh, presses the button before he jumps out of the thing. But yeah, and just so, because I've got 3, I will ask, what's my best way out? And I suppose, what's the best way to protect the victims in the sense of, if I was to scramble to cover somebody, to me, I don't feel that's got an answer so much. It's the +1, right? Like, it's to say there's cover here, there's cover here.
You pick out areas of cover. You also realize that this sniper probably would not fire upon the den itself. They probably have their own security. This is for keeping an eye on people going in and out of den and taking care of trouble outside the den if need be. So that's another point of safety.
I wasted that one because I should have said, what's my best way in to go and sneak up on this guy now and maybe pump him through? Or maybe I can see, what I'd like to do actually is to signal to Zop. But this
Okay.
guy is up there, and I'm going to be waiting for anything to kick off with the gun.
Okay.
Some Rhodian, like I make my fingers like as close to the three thing, and I do like Rhodian hand sign.
There's a Rhodian hand sign for there's a sniper in the tree over there.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, why would there be?
Snipers
It's very
are kind of,
complicated. You just
snipers
spell it
are kind
out.
of vicious monkey that lives on Rhodia, you know.
I'm interested in the flashback scene where Zop has been teaching you hunter sign language for Rhodians. So I guess Zop will like pick up on that there's in true Rhodian it probably means that there's like some sort of beast in the tree line, and we'll sort of look at you, and he turns back to the tree punks, and he starts like chatting up their bike. And Zop is gonna like move closer to the swoop bike, and like, oh, you bought the 12 series repulsor engine. I haven't seen one of those. Blah blah blah. And he's just gonna jump on the swoop bike and gun it towards the tree line.
That's delightful. Cool. So, yeah, I think you do that thing. These guys were not expecting that because I was taken by surprise. So were they. But they're gonna probably shoot at you. Do you just jump on the guys, or do you shove the girl off of hers? Like which one do you jump on if you were to pick one out of?
I'm gonna pick the one that looks the fastest.
Okay, cool.
And I mean, if that involves shoving one of the tree punks off, I don't think Zep has a problem with that.
I don't think you do either. Yeah, it didn't seem like you would.
And then
yes.
maybe if we're gonna like kick some shebs here, I don't know if I really want to throw a grenade at them. They haven't really.
No,
I'm just trying to steal their bike. I'm not. I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't think you have to kick some
yeah.
shebs to do it. I just want to get an idea of like, let's say you shove the lead guy, the guy with the mohawk that's all sticky, and you shove him off of his bike, grab it. It's a sleek little thing. It's kind of long and lean. It looks like maybe it was an Imperial speeder bike rather than an actual straight out swoop that he's heavily modified. And you take off, and the guy screams like, "Get after him!" And to the girl with the undercut, the others will kick in, and they're taking off after you as you burst through some brush, and you're headed straight for the sniper, which means you're going to get shot at. So I think we'll abstract this out as a kick some shebs, but he's definitely shooting on you. So good luck.
So I'm in an ideal situation, I'm gonna try and angle it so that like when the sniper fires, I can zoom out of the way and the blaster bolt will hit the swoops that are chasing me. That's probably won't work out that way though. Roll plus tough here. That's an 8.
Oh, nice. That means you're going to swap harm.
Can I protect someone?
Actually, I'm gonna use a point of luck.
Okay. Whoa! Oh my goodness! So much luck is happening here.
This is too much fun not to
That's awesome. So guess what,
yes.
Kelly? You don't need to. Let's see. So your sect is going to do a thing. Yeah, that's a thing. Oh, and Tutu, when you spit, you found something weird, maybe even useful. Oh, don't forget, Tutu, you found that like lightsaber. You do have a lightsaber. Don't forget that. Okay, cool. Sweet. D0, Tutu, you guys hear a number of swoop bikes take off, and some screaming outside. So Zop, you just perfectly like tip your speeder bike to the side, and a couple of blaster bolts come out and they take out the lead of the tree punks, and their swoop like flips a couple times and slams into say like a one of the like thatched huts on the exterior there, and they're thrown down, and you're headed up, and you can kick some air. So what does it look like as you fire on the guy in the tree stand?
Not trying so much. I want to like shoot at the person in the tree stand. I don't want to kill them. I want to just sort of catch them on their back foot.
Okay.
So I think like I'm like, I'm dodging the sniper bolts, and at the last moment I hit whatever the handbrake is on a swoop bike. Skid it and try and like hit them with the side of the swoop bike to catch them, and then jump off.
Cool. So I'm going to get a little
That probably
technical
hurts.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to say. So on 10 plus, you choose an extra effect because you don't have you haven't advanced the move, right?
Right.
So you're going to get the extra effect. So you can gain the advantage. You can inflict terrible harm. You can suffer less harm, or force them where you want them.
I think force them where I want them is what I'm doing.
Okay. So he fires a few shots, hits one of the other speeder bike swoop gang members. Then you come up and slam into him, and I think by slamming into the tree stand and the tree itself, let's give you 2 harm.
Okay.
Right from that, if you have armor, I think it would pay off. So maybe you're good.
Yeah, I think I'm good then.
And then he's going to fall a lot, which is going to suck for him because of his pre-established fiction for his poor tree stand planning. Yeah, so Wilhelm scream, and we will cut back to D0 and Tutu. So you guys heard that. You hear some blaster fire. Your host Miona looks a little surprised, and she reaches for a little comm unit. Looks like she's gonna try to make a call to check on something. I'm sorry, please, and she's gonna check on that. What do you do, D0?
Yeah, D0's head sort of turns and looks at Tutu. And he looks back at her like, is this blaster fire about to turn this into a fight, or am I going to get out of here free? And I think I'm going to wait for, I don't know, what do you think, Tutu? Do we take the first move here?
Well, I think when you turn and look at Tutu, you see this like look on his face of like eyes big, just kind of like, and they're big and like red from the allergies, and just kind of like, like we're I feel like our cover's about to be blown.
Yeah, it seems like it might. I'm gonna, you see out of D0's shoulder the comm jammer burst out again. And I'm gonna send out a comm jam signal and try and cut off her comm link so that way she can't figure out what's happening outside.
Oh, sweet.
So this is use tech, probably.
Yeah, do it. Sounds good. Let's have you use tech.
Okay. Ooh, that is a 5. I'm going to, I'll let it ride.
Nice, brave. I love it. Sweet. So you try to stop her comms, and when you do, hold on a second. I was throwing in some pics of tree punk gangers. So when you start to access all of that, you pick up a signal from someone, and he's screaming over a comm. He says, "Bunta, we're under attack!" And then you hear thump, and no further communication. And then you hear comm coming back saying, "Very well. and you realize that there's another party at play here. You see Miona. She is also calming someone, and looks like those guards who were watching over the shack or the room where they kept the stim, they're coming forward, and they're starting to come your way. What do you do?
Yeah, so they start marching towards us, and D0 turns to them.
They don't march as much as saunter. They're like warriors, not soldiers. But yeah, they're headed your way.
They're headed our way. D0 is going to turn towards them, and out of his chest fires a net from his net gun. You know, this just big, like, weighted techno wire. I don't know. It's fancy
love it.
Star Wars netting.
Yes.
And it's hopefully is gonna just slam right into him and take him down.
Okay, go ahead and kick some shebs.
That is a 12.
Wow, you are so good at kicking the sheb. Yeah, so with a 10 plus, you can force them where you want them, which can effectively have them netted. One of them will get a shot off. So there will be some harm coming your way. So what from the 10 plus on Kick Some Sheb do you want to choose?
So it says here on 12 plus.
It does, but that's when you've advanced the move. You have to actually, I know, it's kind of silly. And there's a part of me that wants to say you spend a luck, why not be able to take the advanced move? But I just want to play the rules as written. So yeah, you have to, basically, if you look at the advanced improvements, there's one where you mark 2 of the basic moves as advanced, which means when you roll a 12 plus, you can choose those options. Sorry, it's confusing.
Okay, makes sense. Yes, I'm going to. Yeah, this seems like I'm forcing them where I want them.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. You're going to take. This will be a blaster pistol. So a blaster pistol does, as I check the gear, it looks like a blaster pistol would do 2 harm. So it's rather loud, and you'll be taking 2 harm. Do you have any armor?
Yes, I have
designed
one
armor.
self-repairing armor.
Nice. Sweet. So you take a shot, but you've thrown the net over them, and it's a Connor net, we found out. Thank you, by the way. And when you do that, 2-2, you see these guys get wrapped up in this net, and they fired on D0. What are you doing?
I have the exact move we need for this. It's called Panic Button. So when you need to escape, name the route you'll try and roll plus sharp.
All right.
So yeah, I'm looking for an escape route for me, D0 and Goo to get out of here.
Sounds good.
To fight this whole group.
All right.
That's with sharp. All right, an 11.
Wow. Okay. On a 10 plus, you're out of danger. No problem. You guys could just beat feet out the 2 passageways. Miona's not going to fire on you guys. That's why she has people do that kind of stuff. She's a mid-level manager of
just as we're heading out, thanks Miona for all the help. It's been great. We'll be in touch. We've really got to be running now. And then, come on, D0, come on, Goo.
Wait, D0, you, I assume, will leave with 2-2. These guys are trapped in a net, so
yeah,
we chasing after you.
You know, run out. Big clomping droid run.
When Gooch kind of zipping out. Kel, you see 2-2, D0, and the astromech droid come out of the spice den very quickly. You've seen Zop just take out the tree stand. What are you doing, Kel?
I am gunning the engine and doing one of those, like, in like the American thing where everyone dives into the back of the flatbed truck as you drive away from the the bar.
Sweet, you're the getaway driver for him.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
And I think as those guys get in, I think like Zop's swoop still completely intact? Or
I think it's damaged but drivable.
yeah. So like we can either however Zop wants to play it in terms of swinging into the hour speeder at any point, or we just race away. But yeah, I definitely think now is the time to leave. We appear to have started a completely unrelated gang war.
Great. Unless there are any objections, I think this would be a good like screen wipe, and we'll pick up in a new scene, and it actually might be a good midpoint bio break. So we're at 14 after. Let's take like 6-8 minutes, whatever. We'll meet you guys around 20 after.
I just suggest as we speed away, as our speeder leaves, another speeder full of goons shows up for the full.
Of course, that's exactly like yeah. A bunch of guys are showed up to like kick some butt, and Boot is probably going to be whacking those poor tree punks, thinking that they are the ones who caused the trouble because they're like right in the mess of it. So sweet, good. So let's take our break, 5 to 7 minutes, whatever, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
FYI, I took the oops move as my advance.
Oh, that's so fun.
So I will probably pull that out sometime in the second half today.
It sounds fun. I like oops. Doing a great job. I like Tutu. He's just, there's so much like hyper confidence going on here. He's a nice flip to that. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Having fun.
Yeah, I enjoy Tutu. It's nice having, older Quake, the character who left, was probably our most light-hearted character, I would say. And so you've replaced with even more like a different dynamic, because Zop and D0, it's stressful working with them, I think. You've got the droid revolutionary, and the fucking shady assassin.
Yeah, you guys are pretty shady. It's hilarious. All right. Not perfect. I have to reorganize where all my green screen stuff is, because it's not an actual screen. It's stuff on a wall, and with my new monitor, I've placed everything slightly. What happens if I do that? Oh, maybe that takes care of everything. No, not quite everything. All right. Anyway, I will stop. Everybody's back. Welcome back. It's been a good break. Where do you guys want to pick up? Where have you escaped to? Have you gone back to the Wraith? Are you at some place near the spaceport, but often maybe a clearing somewhere near a river? Where do you think you are?
I would like to suggest that we are at a comms relay tower, and we've got Bane's comm details now, right? So I want to try and do some sort of like reverse trace kind of thing, because it feels to me that that's our lead at the moment, isn't it? Is we can either try and bluff him into a trap, or we can make contact, or we can try and track him down with this. So I guess if that's a possibility.
Kel, what do you think the odds are we can maybe try and present ourselves as like representatives of the guild here to like bring Bane back into the fold? Do you think he'd go for that?
I reckon he'd be a mite suspicious, but let's call that Plan B, maybe. I think that when Bane hears representatives of the guild, he's going to know exactly what kind of representatives of the guild. I mean, as far as I know, the guild only has one kind of representative, and it's like us.
It's a good point.
It's in the name.
It's a good point. Ah, man, another lesson learned. Write that down.
I'll make a note of it. I've got it in my notebook here. That's great.
I don't think I'm the one to use tech to do this.
Yeah, I think Zop might be. I don't know. Maybe does Kel trust Zop to do it though?
I think I would ask D0 to do it, to be perfectly honest. I agree that I wouldn't ask Zop for anything in particular.
By the way, Zop, you've got some glitter stem now.
Yeah, I'm holding on to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna give into that yet. Might be more useful in a different way.
Sure, it might be. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just right there, though. You got
It is right there.
A couple. Right there. You could do one now and then still have it for the other one for whatever later.
I think Zop might be holding on to it as a way to get the thing out of his ear.
Yeah, this seems like a good plan. D0, you're going to be using some tech to try to reverse trace on that comm unit.
Yeah, D0 will plug himself into the tower, try to see if he can't interface and figure out, where this comm profile is broadcasting from.
Yeah, cool. Let's see you do that.
We have an awkward conversation where I say, like, can you hack into the thing? You're like, what, just because I'm a droid, you think I can? Well, I can, but, you know.
If you applied yourself, you could too.
That is a 10.
Nice. So you dial into that particular comm unit signal. It is on standby mode, and you have the exact location of where it is. However, one thing that you notice is while it's very close, the signal is muffled in some way. So you're able to triangulate it because it's not far away, but this is a thing that would not broadcast very far. There's something going on with that signal. It seems to be modulated somehow. But you don't feel that it is a fake signal. Like, you feel confident that there's just something that seems to be interrupting the signal, but it is the actual comm unit that was provided to you by Mion.
Yeah, so I relay that to the group. I come back in from the comm tower that I have just been plugged into, and I let everyone know that I found the signal. It is muffled somehow. Either maybe it's underground, maybe Bane is trying to hide it. Who knows? But it seems like an authentic broadcast, and it is not very far away.
Well, seems sometimes, kid, the obvious is the best way to go. What do you think, guys?
Zop just revs the soup.
Nice. So yeah, I think so it's nearby. Is it in the forest?
It is.
It's in the forest.
It is not in the space. It is not in the spaceport.
I think that since it's in the forest, I think my speed is a bit large to navigate some of that dense woodland. I'd like to try and acquire some speeder bikes with a gear up montage.
Oh yeah, gear up montage sounds fun.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I will roll for it because I might spend a luck if I don't get it anyways.
God, it's so much luck.
It's tech -1. I will accept help from people if it comes to that.
So want to help out our gear up buddy?
I can help out.
Cool.
What do you roll for 8 again?
Oh, what happened then?
You roll plus cool.
Oh, sorry, I've put a D20 on there. Sorry.
Whoa! Well, got the whole planets of speeder bike.
Yeah, I rolled a 4, so it's definitely a luck time anyways. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the best I can do is +2 though.
Yeah, I got one of the worst ones. So I spend a luck point.
Okay.
I'd like to say that some part of this involves those exact same tree punks that we
totally. Yeah. By the way, I've named them. They call themselves the Pit Vipers.
Nice.
And I think you guys, is it a thing where the 12 plus, you've got some narrative authority here, but is it a thing where you find their hideout and they're just kind of hanging out, listening to music, maybe smoking a death stick or two, and they have their speeders off to the side and you just snake them away? Snake away the Pit Viper.
I think that that Zop drives past, distracting them, and they all come running out the bar, blast us out, and then they stop, turn around to run back to their bikes, and you can just see the three of us just zoom.
They're like, Tyler, it's your bike, and they all go running out to get it, and then you guys slip away, and now we pick up with all 4 of you. I guess you had to Tutu. Did you send Goo back, or did you throw? Did you throw your astromech on the back of the speeder bike and you have him there with you, or did you send him back to the Wraith?
I think since we're kind of circling in on Bane, I think it might be time for Goo to go back to the ship, make sure it's ready in case we have to make some sort of a quick escape, have it set up for us.
Astromechs can fly ships. Just saying.
Token B0. Just saying.
I know, but he's with us.
That's true. Yes. That's true. Yeah, if you send Goo back, he could bring the Wraith to save your
B0 is
bacon.
better in a fight than Goo.
That's very true. Your call. What do you want him to be with you or head back to the ship? I'm sorry.
At the Wraith, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Goo is not with you. The four of you are all on Pit Viper, and they've got like cool paint jobs, right? Like these, snake heads on the front of the little front bit there where the handles are, and you're zooming along, heading towards the signal, and you're zipping around this very like Forest Moon of Endor speeder bike thing where you're zipping around a bunch of trees. And the signal's getting closer. D0 is up in front, and then the forest opens up, and you see that there's this large river, and across the river there's this clearing, and where the signal is coming from is a very large, very nice ship. This is not a ship that Bane Malar could afford. It is let's see. It's the kind of ship that could have about a crew of like, it requires a crew of 15 to 30. It is tip to stem about the size of maybe a medium class freighter or a small frigate. It has a big turret on it, and it looks real shiny.
Good job we didn't come in the Wraith. It would have blown us right out of the sky.
Here's a pic for folks who want to glance at picture. It is a very sleek, very expensive looking ship.
Do you think this is what Bane stole to get in so much trouble?
Jesus, if he did, yeah. No wonder he's in trouble. What do you do with a ship like this, though? Besides sit it in the middle of the woods, apparently.
Most things you want.
Well, shall we go say hello?
I mean, the size of that ship, if that's Bane's, Bane ain't on his own.
Or he is, and that's why he's stuck in the woods.
All right. How do you guys want to play it?
I wonder if Zop hasn't pulled off to go.
Zop
Zop is a little concerned because the only, a ship that expensive, he's concerned that this might be tied to Lord Falkeen and his now enraged daughter.
So as we pull down those big Star Wars binoculars and we have a chat and everything, like we're going to turn around and say, how do you guys want to play it? And the camera pans around to just the missing spot where Zop would be on the bike. Like,
exactly.
Sith yeah.
So this is probably like a used tech thing, but Zop has like cut open the glitter stem and is like shoving it down his ear in an attempt to irritate his ear canal so much that the thing has to come out.
Okay, let's have you use tech. A failure on this is going to be real interesting.
Yeah. Hey, it's an 8.
Oh, nice. That means you choose an effect and a glitch.
Okay. I'm guessing I'm really going for decipher, decrypt information. Here, I'm trying to understand if this earbug is going off about that ship, like if there's a link communication wise between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do I pick the glitch or do you?
You pick the
Oh,
glitch. You
okay,
just
the
pick what
effect.
it is, and I talk about
Uh,
I know they're all good.
I'm gonna go with just it has a problematic side effect.
Yeah, sweet. So you just so unclear, the effect you're looking for is you're trying to see if there is a by irritating it, because you originally said you're going to try to irritate to make it come out, but then when you were looking at the effects, you said, I want to see if there's a connection between this and
Right.
that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. I want to find out if there's a connection. Because if there is, then I know that's why this isn't really. I mean, maybe it still is our quarry, but it complicates things.
Yeah. So you find that there, other than its normal connection to the satellites that are above the planet, there's no direct connection between your implant and this ship. This is not the Falkene's glorious chariot. It is someone else's. So yeah, you get that. The problematic side effect is that it burrows deeper to get
Gross.
away from the glitter stem, and you will take 2 harm AP
Ooh.
as it digs in to your cerebral cortex. And yeah, it hurts a lot. It's the kind of thing that probably makes an eye twitch. You're still okay, but it's an irritant. That's your problematic side effect. Fair? Makes sense? Awesome. So you look around, don't see Zop, Kel, and yeah, you guys are across the river from this thing. So you're probably, a couple hundred meters away. You see that there's like one of the gangways is down, or gangplanks. I don't know, like the, landing ramp, whatever the hell it's called. I've got to remember that word. I always screw it up. See, there are a couple of Gamorreans who come down, and looks like they are carrying a crate of basically refuse and kind of cleaning the ship out. It looks to you, D0, like the ship might be preparing to take off, that it's in pre-flight checks and going through.
Is the comm signal coming from inside the ship?
It is.
Okay, makes sense.
If it's possible, I would like to trawl my memories for something relevant to the hunt at hand.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. You should do that thing. Not at all dangerous.
No.
You've got a deep past. Roll plus tech. Interesting.
That's a 6. You know what? Do I spend another point of luck? I mean, sure, because it has to come to fighting at some point, right? And it's more interesting to make me die.
Okay.
I'll spend that point of luck. And I would like to ask, when I dealt with a hunt like this before, what did I learn? And I'm open to that being like, I recognize the ship or the crew or whatever,
You recognize the ship. This is the ship that Bunta Hestilik the Hutt uses. This is Bunta's ship. He has a number of interests in the Minos cluster. He uses the ship to go visit he's like a district manager, and all of the spiced ins are his little restaurants, and he will pop in. But yeah, Bunta Hestilik the Hutt is someone you've dealt with before. You've never had a hunt for him, but maybe, or you've never hunted him, but maybe you've hunted for him.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It sounds like a good Good one. Putting it down one of his men or something back in the past. Okay. Well, that kind of also answers my other question. Do I know anyone who might be behind this? What resources do I know that could help here? And I have a suggestion for this one. If you open to it, it is that this ship is way too much for the Wraith to handle. Right, we are doomed if we go up against this thing. I do know that there is a New Republic.
That's totally where I was. Yeah. This thing, the default armament, 10 point defense turrets, 6 missile tubes, 2 rocket pods. It is a frigate. Is badass. But yeah, an X-wing squadron nearby is probably what you want to call upon.
Yeah, Shrike Squad, let's say.
Yeah, sounds like Shrike Squadron. Writing it down. Okay. Coming up in November, Shrike Squadron. Star Wars Saturdays. Sorry.
Cool. I
share that with the group.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
I do rub I think I do even. I mutter about like, man, if we need a squadron or something to help us take that thing down if they make a run for it. And like he looks down at the New Republic emblem, the Rebel Alliance emblem on his rusted and chipped away on his armor. But do we go in search of our comrade, or do we approach the ship, guys? What do you think? Try and sneak our way on?
I'm worried if we don't get on that ship, they're going to take off without us. We're going to miss our window. I don't know where Zop got off to, but I mean...
Yeah, well, you and me both.
Not a professional. As I look admiringly at Kel.
That's great.
Well, D0, what do you think? We're going to go straight at this, or do you think we can, and I look dubiously at your massive cargo frame, I say, or do we try and sneak on board? I mean, hell, maybe you could pass as one of the loaders.
And we'll have Zop, you can kind of eavesdrop on this conversation as you're coming back in. But yeah, D0, what do you want to do? Sneak or attack? As Kel asks.
Yeah, D0 goes... We are supposed to take him alive. In a direct assault, this might be difficult.
I agree. Besides,
Zop puts his disruptor rifle back on his back.
No disintegrations.
So you think, how do you feel about, I don't think me or the kid have really got much chance on getting on board without some extreme, well, they are Gamorreans, maybe, but without some Jedi mind tricks or something, we ain't getting in there. Maybe, but how would you feel about playing on the bioorganics prejudices?
D0 sort of like sidles off of the speeder bike, and he nods. He says, I will get into the cargo bay and try and open a door.
Nice. Like maybe like there's like a cargo ramp or something somewhere that and like we'll swoop around and like run in kind of thing, like infiltrate. Yeah.
Is Tutu going along to help? I just asked because he's a really good helper.
I help D0.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. That's good.
So Tutu and D0, the two of you find a ford in the river, or if you want to take a speeder bike over, it'd probably be quicker. Zip across, and you make your way to a cargo bay. Give me an act under pressure for D0 to navigate this without being discovered, unless you have some other stealth related thing you want to do.
Act under pressure is plus cool.
Yeah. You're flat on cool.
That is 8.
All right. Do you want to help, Tutu?
I don't think my help would make a difference in this case.
That's right. Help with
Zop's
the
would, though.
Too bad. That's right. Zop has the thing, and then 10 plus gives plus 1 to their roll. Man, that stinks. It's one of those things of like, I wish there's a brief side tangent. There's a game called No Country for Old Kobolds, and in it, help actually pushes you up a notch, right? So if you help, you move from a fail to a same for I think help in Legend of the Elements. I don't know.
Well, I think I have a justification if D0 will let Zop help. Zop speaks Gamorrean. And like if we could link a comm link, D0 Zop could like use D0 as like a ventriloquism thing and distract the Gamorreans. Does that work? Okay. I roll plus cool, right, to help?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna mark XP on that.
Failed with your help? Oh, man.
I failed with my help, but I'm gonna get an advance.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. So you fail your help. You're feeding some kind of Gamorrean thing. Kel, you realize that Zop has just told D0 to tell these Gamorreans that they do not have any reproductive organs, which would probably start a fight. What do you do about that, Kel? I'm trying to set up like a Kel Zop thing, and then D0 you're going to have a mixed result that we'll deal with in a second.
Well, I think that Kel just goes like, no, it's like not yeah.
Nice.
I've worked with 12 Gamorreans. I know what I'm saying.
That's what they say to me every time. It's obviously
yes.
Nice. Cool. So we'll have a pocket scene with Kel and Zop in just a minute, but D0 and Tutu, you guys move across the river on your speeder bike, and then you drop off of that in order to approach the cargo bay doors, which are closing as you come out. Unfortunately, D0, you did not get there in time. You're going to have to do your load lifter thing and open it, which could be loud. What do you wish to do?
Yeah. Are there any Gamorreans around, or is it clear?
It's currently clear on the outside from where you are. Like you approach the cargo bay doors, they're not near the actual gangway that they had come down.
Okay. Well, I'm going to set up. So D0 is going to approach the cargo doors from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And just as a preliminary thing, just in case, I'm going to plant a thermal detonator on them.
Okay.
I do have some 8 harm thermal detonators.
Holy crap.
So I stick one onto the cargo door. So that way, if something happens, I have the option to blow that and hope for the best.
Okay, so that's your backup plan. That's delightful.
That's plan B. And then D0 is going to get back into character as a regular load lifter droid. And he's going to walk to the gangplank and report to the Gamorreans there. that he got dropped off of a cart in the woods, and because of the terrain, it took him a while to get back to the ship. But now he's here and he has to get back on board.
Okay. I'll give you a +1 because these are Gamorreans and you do look the part, but I do need you to manipulate these guys to trust that there is something weird going on. So failing to get into the cargo bay doors, Tutu, you're there. You may be able to try to find a hatch somewhere else as D0 is doing the direct route. What do you want to do, Tutu?
I am thinking I'm going to stay near the back cargo doors and basically like stay as a watch. I think I've got my blaster pistols out.
Oh, nice. Okay, so if this goes wrong, you just fire on them. That sounds good.
Yeah. Trying to keep because I think if I'm following everything correctly, the plan is we're gonna get these doors open, then Kel and Zappa got to come in through these doors. So I want to make sure that we're gonna keep control of this area. So
okay,
I'm just kind of lying low for the moment.
Sounds good. All right, D0. Let's have you roll that manipulate somebody.
And that is a 10.
That is a 10. So one of them says, we drop? Who knows? Stupid droid. Smacks you like you're bad. Bad droid. Go, get inside.
Yeah, D0, clambers in. He shimmies up the ramp or whatever.
And they get back to their conversation about fanfic about a particular swoop gang member that they'd heard about. So Kel and Zop, yeah, how's that? Let me cut back to the two of you guys. You're now.
Where the hell you been, Zop?
Why do you care?
Because last time I counted on you to have our back, we ended up with the Untergunter tearing shreds out of our ship.
We got away.
No thanks to you.
And thanks to me, I operated our stealth systems.
Yeah, the stealth system has been a real big help, huh?
Yeah. Have you noticed how you're not floating through space right now, Kel?
Yeah, they definitely helped with the thing that you caused.
Kel.
And don't think I didn't see the footage of, I've forgotten the name of the guy that you said that you were.
Yeah.
I say that. Yeah, that's the guy you killed, the Falky, but the guy that you said you took the identity of, I use that name.
Oh, yeah. Finst, yes.
Yeah, don't think I didn't notice. Finst fighting his way through the station.
Kel, you used to know what it meant to do something bigger than yourself.
And you used to know how to be a professional.
Did we not get our bounty?
Yeah, we did. I'm just saying, maybe once this job's over, we're going to have words.
Why wait?
And I just look at you and I say, professional.
And Zop is maybe, I think, you were muted, Rich.
I was actually mouthing the words, oh yeah. Sorry.
I think Zop catches himself like, Kel has armor on, right? So maybe there's there's a shinier part of your armor, and Zop catches a reflection of himself. And he's got like a really agitated ear. Like he's normally like kind of a purpley blue thing, and it's like bright red. He's all like, there's a little bit of glitter stim coming in around in his eyes, and Zop is going to have a bit of a reckoning with himself after he said, professional.
Yeah. All of the marks and stuff from, nearly dying as well a few days ago.
Yeah. So Zop kind of just shrinks back and sees if the doors are opening over by where Tutu is.
Yeah, and you guys witness D0 heading on, but Tutu's hanging back. He's like kind of skulked underneath the ship, got a good eye view of D0, but then he's kind of stuck. Like the speeder bike is there, and Tutu can't really, unless he wants to fire upon these Gamorreans and possibly cause a real scene, he's not able to get any further. What do you guys want to do?
I want to fire my speeder bike off into the forest so that it causes a distraction.
Ooh.
Opening the, like, basically just like shit, and then just like rip out some wires, turn the bike around, and then kick a lever, and then it just goes shoof off. You know? Like, so it'll detonate off in the distance or whatever, and the Gamorreans, being Gamorreans, will just go away, clearing the path.
Awesome. Just so we're clear, what you want to do is draw the Gamorreans away from guarding the gang?
Yeah, create a distraction that's like not us shooting or, you know, like a noise in the forest. Like, and the way I can think of doing that is crash one of the speeder bikes off into the trees, kind of thing.
Got it.
Please be Zop's bike.
Yes, yeah.
Poor Zop. Just can't catch a break, man. Love it. Sweet. So just because I think it'll be really interesting to see T2 stumble in with D0, it works. You sacrifice Zop's sweet speeder bike. The two Gamorreans are like, oh man, you don't think that was him, do you? And then they clamber off towards the speeder bike. He says, no, you're stupid fanfic. And they argue about that, but they give you a moment to sneak on board if you so desire. Tutu, you make your way up to D0, and yeah, D0 has no qualms about moving through this ship. It's as if they know where everything is. You can dial in on that signal, D0. And there are a number of people here, but I'll say that Tutu, you can. What's your play? Like, how are you playing off? Are you trying to sneak? Are you trying to pretend that you're supposed to be here?
So I was thinking this could be an interesting time to use the oops move.
Ooh, fun. All right. It could be a fun time to use the oops move. So oops is...
So if you want to stumble across something important, tell the keeper you will find something important and useful, although not necessarily related to your immediate problems.
Awesome. So D0, you end up... sorry, I'm just taking a glance at the deck plans to kind of figure out what would make the most logical sense. You're actually not far from the medical bay. So the two of you sneak onto a lift, and you're trying to find D0 where the signals is somewhere in the medical bay, but you don't see Bane Malar here. And that's when Tutu, it's kind of one of those ones of like, I guess he's not here. Maybe he left his comm unit. And you put your hand on a piece of wall and it swings a little bit, and it's a slab. And then you see there are a couple of lights on it, and you look around, you see the profile of someone's face. And has Tutu ever seen someone frozen in carbonite before?
No, I think this is a new sight.
So there's this kick-ass statue of Bane Malar right there. Except he's got like weird drool coming off his mouth. It kind of mars it a little bit. It doesn't look quite as scary.
What the heck? Is D0? Is this him?
Yeah, D0 hears Tutu, and he turns and sees Bane's carbonite statue. And D0 goes, huh. He knows better than most how it feels to be a droid. And then D0 thinks about it again and realizes that this is an enormous stone slab in the middle of the ship that he has to get out of here somehow. There is a staircase, not near the very near the medical bay, down to a lower deck, and D0 is going to try to. Is there like a little like hover cart that they brought these slabs in? Like a little hover trolley.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna try to move it to the lift and kind of lower it down with a hover cart kind of deal. Is that your plan?
And to answer your question, John, I have a map that Rich shared with me, which I can share with you if you want, because
yeah, you can just like pop a little.
Yeah, this D0 is not hiding the ship layout or anything. Yeah.
All right, crew. 5 minutes to take off. Go ahead and prep and stack.
Yeah. So
that sounds like our cue to get out of here.
Yeah, and D0 starts going a little bit faster down the stairs. They end up in, it looks like room 19 on the map.
Yep, you're in the main bay.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of this hangar bay full of other smaller fighter ships.
Starfighters. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell from the designations on these ships, they're modifications of old ARC 190s, which is like Clone War era technology. They're effective, but they're specifically tethered to the ship. They have sublight engines only. They have no hyperdrive, so they've got to stay close to the mama ship. But yeah, you can see that, and there are probably a few engineers that are working around making sure everything's tethered down here, but they don't pay any mind to you, D0 and 22. You're kind of, I guess, sneaking around.
Yeah.
And I look to the back of the ship and I say, D0, is that the door you put the detonator on?
And D0 nods.
I think we just found our exit.
Yeah. So D0 pushes a little bit. I think he looks at the door, and the detonator triggers.
Oh God. Okay. So outside, Kel and Zop, you guys have Zop, you've lost your speeder bike. Maybe you two have just a seething moment of unhappiness with each other. And then there's an explosion out the side of this beautiful, pristine ship. Yeah, that's a thing. What's the first reaction from Kel when you see that big explosion? There's no warning, I don't think. D0 will give you guys a heads up.
No. I think that punctuates, before Kel and Zop can get into another, we're sort of steady, come on, and sideways glances and stuff. And then just as I'm about to say, you know what, Zop?
So much for professionalism.
I yell out, come on, and I jump onto whatever speeder bikes, because we've got at least 2 left over, I think.
Yeah, you got D0s in your own, so you guys can hop on speeder bikes, no problem.
And, gun it to try and get in to support, to rescue our guys, basically, offer them thingy.
Sweet. We cut to D0 and 22, immediately a klaxon fire. Red lights are flashing and people are starting to run, try to figure out what's happening. What are D0 and 22? You guys just trying to push this thing on the little hover sled towards the giant opening that you've created?
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious, these ships that are down in this bottom level, are these, these are small fighters or something?
Yeah, they're little starfighters.
I want to try and do I forget which movie this was in. I think it might have been like episode 1. The thing where you like turn the ship on, turn the blaster pistols to on, and then let's like have it start turning through the vehicle.
Sweet, give you a use tech roll. So you like climb up the little ladder and pop open the cockpit. You're trying to frantically turn this thing on and create an incredibly huge distraction.
I got an 8.
Awesome. Oh, nice. So choose your effect.
All right, let's see.
I think override computer mechanical controls seems like a good one. Or reprogram, program or reprogram a thing. So what's your glitch that you'd like to choose?
I think we've already drawn immediate unwelcome attention, so I'm gonna go with short duration.
Okay, cool. I hate to do this, but I just realized my son had asked me to try to wake him up, so I need to step away for like 2 minutes to fail to wake him up because he's not actually going to wake up, but I have to at least try. So I'll be right back.
I'm thinking we book you guys off the ship, and then I call in that squadron to try and like stop the ship from coming after us, right? Because it's so we've got Bane and Carbonite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole in.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so we have a tether beam now, don't we?
Oh, we do. Yes.
Yeah, I did. I hooked us up with I forgot. Thank you. Yeah.
We can just suck him right in.
Yeah. It's a good job we sent Jesus Hero Goo back to the ship, isn't it, really?
Oh.
Because we need to deal with the ship and find out. I mean, it's going to be so weird if we just take him in Carbonite and just be like, here you go. No questions asked. Because that's the guild's deal, right? No questions asked.
No questions.
Yeah. Why does Bunta have a missing bounty, a rogue bounty hunter in Carbonite?
Sorry about thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Awesome. Back to it. So the ship, the Starfighter, lurches forward as you turn on one of the engines to kind of send it in a spin, slams into the side of another Starfighter, and buys you guys more than enough time to sneak out the smoking hole that was once the cargo hold door here. You see that Zop and Kel on speeder bikes are headed your way. And you know, D0 that and Tutu that the speeder bike you brought over is nearby as well. So you see that the turrets are starting to come online. They're going to be firing upon you. D0, what do you do?
Yeah, so I think at this point we are calling out to Goo to come around with the Wraith.
Nice.
So we are heading down the ramp fast as we can. Just sort of running, hoping that there is enough cover from the huge explosion and the ship that is currently firing and all the general chaos that we can get out into the open to be picked up.
That's a tractor beam. Sweet. So D0 and Tutu are pushing this like little hover trolley with with your quarry on it. Kel, Zop, you see that there's a turret that's like trying to aim for them. Anyone want to try to protect your buddies is to help them escape?
I think Zop is going to try and take the bike up with his vibro sword and cut the barrels off of it in like a jousting kind of thing.
Nice. Sweet. Do you want to just making sure, kind of taking a look at what you're best at? You're tough. I think let's go ahead and have you protect someone. You get to roll with tough on that.
Yep. Okay.
And I'll remind that when you use protect someone to protect the trainee, you get an experience.
Yes. Well, that's nice. All right. Ooh, that's a 4. What is it's just an open fail?
A 4 on a protect someone, it means they're not.
Yeah, it's a hard move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll spin the luck.
Oof, man, so little luck left. Look at you. You're almost doomed. Oh, so close. Sweet.
Choose one extra. Ooh, the best answer. All impending danger is now focused on me.
Oh, sweet. That is delightful. So you lop off the front barrels of one of the turrets, and you see that the ship is not trying to take off at this point, but they are going ahead and open what's left of that cargo bay door and trying to scramble their fighters. And they are focusing on the guy on the speeder bike, which would be you. They do have other turrets online, but most of them don't have a firing arc directly to this point. So
I do suffer harm with that. So do I take 2?
Sweet. Yeah, let's give you a couple of harm as
even with the armor.
Explosion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. A couple of harm from the explosion from this turret going offline. And Kel, looks like D0 and 22 have made their way to what's the plan? Are you guys gonna basically throw this trolley to the back, like latch it to the back of the speeder bike, D0 and 22?
Yeah, I think that I did count on having Zop as well, like having 2 speeder bikes with us, kind of thing. But I think it's a case of we latch I think like the swoop bike, like you just sort of like hook like these sort of like hooked things underneath the hollow thing and like the hover thing and just like lift it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like, double up on the bike and get away as fast as possible.
Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and have you act under pressure to try to get out of here before you're fired upon. A miss means you get shot and your speeder bike will be toast. Just so you know.
That's a 13.
It's a 13. Awesome. So after Zop slices into one of the turrets, you guys on 2 speeder bikes trailing the carbonite covered quarry. Oh, look at me. I'm all like alliterative. You zip out over the river, turret blast taking out a few of the trees, and you take off. The starfighters are not able to catch immediate wind of you, and Tutu, you hear from Goo. Wraith is primed and ready, taking off now. So, what's the plan? Do you guys want to make a beeline? So, Kel, do you want to make a beeline for the Wraith and just try to get off this planet?
I think that as those fighters like swarm the air, like we're sort of like we pull into like a little sort of like covered inlet kind of thing, like just on the edge of like the river, and you can see the fighters scramble across and the Wraith's like a ways away. And I say like, oh shit, I didn't want to have to do this. And I'm going to call in the Alliance for Shrike Squadron to provide some air support.
That sounds amazing. I think that's a little bit of a gear up with people.
I would imagine it as dealing with the agency.
So I thought that the reason I didn't immediately go with dealing with the agency is that you screwed up and you aren't going to get any help until you sort it all out. But
yeah, I could see that. I was thinking more it would just put me deeper into their pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like I've pissed them off. I've pissed them off, and now I owe them as well. Like it's even worse. You know,
that sounds juicy. I mean, we won't be able to see the payoff here, but knowing it in the back of my mind is very fun for future thoughts around poor Kel.
I mean, I didn't expect Kel to come back at all, and yeah, here he is. So who knows, right?
All right, deal with the agency then. Roll plus sharp.
Okay, my -1.
Look at you, what you fought for.
Yeah, say a 7.
Oh, nice.
Which is perfect, in fact, because I
Things
get
aren't
chewed
so
out by the
great.
superiors and there'll be fallout.
You get what you need for the job, though.
Mm.
Sweet. So yeah, the Shrike Squadron says, "Oh, we've been on lookout for a little bit of fun." And soon enough, you see there are 5, because as we know from the new Star Wars Squadrons game, they're in groups of 5. That's a squadron, and those X-wings are going to be nailing these arcs. Like these pilots are. There's only 2 of them because 2 of them need some serious repairs, and they're outnumbered and they're outgunned. And really, it's going to be a question of, does the Skin Wolf, that's the name of the mama ship, does the Skin Wolf get off the planet? But not something that you guys have to deal with. So yeah, with that, I think, do we pick up with you guys on the Wraith, trying to get on board there and maybe get out of Dodge?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay. Don't really have enough room on the Wraith to pack all of those speeder bikes. You've got Kel's normal speeder bike.
I just ditch whatever, like as far as I'm concerned, those are gone.
You ditch the trash Pit Viper bikes.
Mm.
Eventually they'll come stumble upon them. Oh man, they scuffed my bike. I hate those guys. Yeah, and that one said he was friends with that. Oh, he was lying. They're all pissed off. Sweet. So let's pick up with you guys on the Wraith. She's taking off and trying to get off of Yelsane. You've got your quarry captured.
Now, you found him in Carbonite?
Yeah. Convenient, huh? Sometimes it's better be lucky than good.
Zop, you ever found a bounty gift wrapped before?
Not exactly. No.
I don't like this.
You're just being cynical. Look, I mean, come on, count our blessings. Look at, we got him. We got Bane Millar. We're gonna be famous.
Why does Boonta the Hutt have Bane Millar?
Boonta the Hutt, exactly. Boonta got Bane Millar.
And we got him from Boonta.
Do I have to explain it to the kid?
I don't think it'll help, honestly.
I see no downside in all of this.
All right. Well, Kel looks over it, and he's going to, start the decarbonization process. If no one objects.
Is anyone going to object to that? You're going from, we have this guide where we can just hand deliver it, no questions, to letting him potentially get free. Just curious.
I think, yeah, Tutu is like, what? Kel, whoa, are you sure about this? I mean, come on, look, he is no worry as long as he's like this. We hand him over to the guild, we get paid, we get our names in big letters under big lights, and we live the good life. Why even risk this?
Listen, kid, Bane was one of us. He ain't, whatever he done, he said, we go back. Now, I'm saying we're still handing him over, but I ain't delivering no man frozen in carbonite.
All right. I mean, hey, if you know what you're doing, I trust you.
There's 4 of us, kid, and 1 of him. I'm assuming he wasn't frozen with a lightsaber or something.
TT looks down at the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel my pocket like, these things, you'd be surprised.
But yeah, I would like to defrost him if no one objects. You know.
Sop certainly has some questions that you can't ask a block of carbonite. So
So you see a little bit of light kind of poke through the holes, everything, and then it's enough to blind everybody for a second. And then in the mold of there, you see Bane Malar. Bane Malar, yeah, he looks like he would be stunt casting would be Joe Montalino, I think. I can't remember the guy that. Dang it, he runs D&D. He's been in
The wrestler guy.
Is it Montello? No, that's
So,
not
I know who you mean. I think I got
yeah. You guys,
I think I got
he
confused
was in
with somebody else.
like he was in one of the the male strip dancer Manganiello. That's the guy. There we go. Here I have a cool pic of him. We'll just little beefcake action. You know, this is our Joe. So there's Bane outside of armor. He's a rugged, grizzled, handsome bounty hunter. Lots of scars, and he says, I can't see.
It's the carbonite thing. It'll come back.
Criff me. I knew this was coming.
Yeah, well. If you promise to act like a gentleman, I'll take you over to the med bay.
Never gonna make that promise, Trazic.
Yeah, well, I didn't expect you to keep it anyways.
And you're able to help him up. He's pretty weak. You help him to the med bay and maybe give him a little bit of a stim. So you got me, huh? That's good. That's good. I'd hate to go to some Griffin rookie.
Well, funny you should say, because actually it was the kid in the droid that got you out of that ship. Out of Bunta's ship, no less.
Mr. Merlar, I've just got to say, I'm a big fan. Hope there's no hard feelings. I was given a job. You know, you do the job. So, but big fan of yours.
Wait, are you that BR kid?
Yeah, you heard of me?
Trazic, you got some voodoo detail if you get stuck with him.
I look over at Zop. Yeah.
what were you doing on Bunta's ship?
You know, they say don't ask questions. Sometimes you end up with answers.
Cut the crap, Malar.
Nice. He's trying to like half answer on you, and you're not.
Yeah.
Sweet. So
Cut the poodoo, Malar.
That's it. I love it. Let's have you.
Oh, my charm?
Oh, bad. That's bad. Oh, that's so bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best pun. Worst pun. Yeah, give me a charm. Manipulate him to give you some info.
Yeah. Nope. I'm still bad at that. Here we go. Yes, that's a 3. No, yeah. XP.
All right. Sweet. So, cut the poodoo, and he looks at you, and you're pretty sure he looks at you with sightless eyes. And he says, so, one of our clients is part of a plot to undermine the Republic. working with the Hutts. I didn't give up any info, so I guess they were going to take me back to Hutt space and pry my brain open.
Never took you for a rebel, Malal.
Well, I hit it better than you do.
Why does the guild not want any question? Well, what was the guild's? The guild had something more to say, didn't it? Like, there was some other condition based on this. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, the conditions they want were like no questions asked. They want this quiet, and it doesn't get out. Just take it. They wanted him to disappear. That was the main condition. Is they want him to disappear. No questions asked.
I'm going to look heavily across at the rest, and I'm going to say, I know someone you might need to meet there, Malal.
Can't trust anybody. The guild's in on this.
Yeah. But I know someone who might be able to help. My uncle. I don't know how to resolve the idea. Basically, I mean, I don't know how to phrase it, but I think I'm going to say that I'm not taking him back to the guild before he's spoken to the Republic.
Is your uncle rich?
My uncle's a lieutenant in the New Republic intelligence.
Will they pay?
In a way. You might be able to get some creds for your time. Ain't gonna be the guilds.
Zop is frustrated by this, but if he's going to get paid something that aligns with his values.
Yeah. I think that Kel is even thinking that I'll pay for it out of my own goddamn pocket if I have to. You know? I'll sell the speeder.
I mean, this violates the guild's code. They're talking about doing something that's going to probably get you kicked out. You're never going to get all the cool recognition of being an upstanding guild member if you let Kel do this.
Yeah, I think Tutu is kind of conflicted about this idea because, like, Kel is his mentor, but, you know, like the other reasons you're saying. I'd be kind of curious, Kel, do you want to try and manipulate someone roll against Tutu?
Yeah.
Oh, why not? I'll try and manipulate roll. This is plus charm, which I have 0.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah.
I mean, the stats seem to be role played well by you for that.
Yeah. 8. So that you would get a +1 forward or a X point of experience.
So if I recall correctly, for manipulate someone, like on a mixed success, it's like I tell you like what it would take to go along. Am I remembering that right?
Yes, yeah, they'll do it only if you do something for them right now to show that you meant it. Well, that's for a normal person. For another hunter, it's mostly it's just mechanical, really. Like,
oh, okay. Well, I still think like narrative wise,
I would love to see you like if you got a counter.
I think Tutu says like, I mean, look, you know, I think the world of you. You know that I'm gonna do what you say we should do, but I've got to know that if things go south with the guild, you're gonna be there for me. Maybe you can get me a spot in the New Republic or something.
Never leave a man behind. Type of thing. And yeah, the guild, the guild ain't like the Republic or the Empire. There ain't just one person deciding things. I reckon the guild's going to be fine as long as they get to keep on doing what they're doing. We don't maybe we can keep our hands clean of this, and maybe not. But New Republic's about the only thing keeping this sector together. You got Warlord. Would it be anywhere near Warlord Zinj? Maybe.
Oh no, Minos
No,
Tustra
no.
isn't. Yeah, but there are other
Yeah.
Imperials are around.
I reel off like, you know, Rogue Imperial unit, like whatever, and I'm like, you know what, like there's plenty of cracks here, but like if the whole thing smashes, then you know, I don't know about you. Maybe it's good for the guild, but it ain't good for the people.
So while they're talking about this, D0, I'm really curious what your point is here. You had to fight hard just to be accepted into the guild. This kind of black mark, you're gone. You're out. There's no way to claw your way back into this status, this ability to raise credits for your. You could turn them in. You could turn these guys in right now.
I care less about this guy than I do about most, but you know, D0 is he's a guild man out of convenience, right? So I think if this is what is getting pushed, he's an adaptable kind of guy. He probably wasn't going to last that long in the guild anyway with his quirks.
I would like to maybe offer like an argument for D0 in the sense of like, you know, the Republic's, one day the Republic's going to come here, make it, you know, settle them, like reunify the Minos sector, bits of the Minos sector, right? And that droid colony, like no one's there, ex-Imperial base, no reason that it can't be the droids. Could be the first droid-owned planet of the Minos sector, incorporated under the New Republic's, you know, whenever the Republic arrives here eventually.
Yeah, I think that's an irresistible offer for D0.
Nice.
Cool. Plus, this also kind of like, even though I'm paying Zop for it, I think it's sort of like Zop's going along with something that's really important to me. So it's kind of diffusing that suspicion thing.
Yeah.
Until he betrays me in the next 20 minutes.
Not going to betray you necessarily.
Yeah, but cool. If everyone's on board with that, like.
Does that mean we're setting up a meeting with Uncle?
Yeah, we're meeting the man from Uncle. Yeah.
Sweet. And I think what we see is, you know, that we do a star wipe, and then the four of you and a cleaned up, but still looking grizzled and sexy, Bane Malar, you're all on a very large cruiser. And you can see there like Republic symbols all over, because man, they just love that logo. It's literally everywhere. It's like on clothing, it's on helmets, and you're brought into a room, and I'm totally biting off of, I don't know if you guys have played Mass Effect, but like there's this guy, you know, Uncle, he's there, he's behind a desk, and he's turned away, right? And there's this huge vista behind him of this like nebula, and that's when you guys are meeting with your uncle, the member of the New Republic Intelligence. And I think that's a thing where we're going to now transition to epilogues, right? To bring things to a healthy close. Now, the question is about that last scene. Do clever eyes for Zop, do they pick up that Zop still has a very irritated ear?
That's going to be in my epilogue. So.
All right. That sounds awesome.
Should we roll into epilogues for me?
Yeah, let's roll into epilogues. Let's see
Zop's
epilogue.
I think we have, before that meeting, Zop, you know, we dock to whatever New Republic ship it is. Mm-hmm. And it's probably out in the middle of nowhere space, right? Because this is Republic intelligence. It's a stealthy thing. Zop is, you know, apologizes and says, I need to use the refresher, which in Star Wars is the bathroom. And because they can't just call it the bathroom.
Point two.
So I think Zop gets in there, sits down, closes the door, and just goes, "Are you still there, Cinna?" And there's like an uncomfortable feeling in his head. And he goes, "I think I've taken you somewhere more important than my head. Do we have an agreement?" And we see the cricket just crawl out of his ear and skitter along the floor and go into one of the vents. And at that point, Zop gets back up. And so Cinefalkeen now has a line on Republic intelligence, and Zop gets paid and probably takes a separate ship away from the rest of the team.
Oof, 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 oof. Okay, sweet. Who'd like to do their next epilogue? All right, Kel.
I think Kel sells his speeder in exchange for this ship that Zop's flying away on. And yeah, it's I think we have he's like just a handshake, and then he goes back into the ship and sits down in like a briefing room, like filled with New Republic commandos and operatives, that whole kind of like the attack on the Death Star type thing.
Nice. He's back
And,
in.
with little symbols of like the Huttese like clans, like instead of the Imperial icon, there's like the Huttese ones, and like Black Sun and the Bounty Hunters Guild, like in different places.
Oh God, that's cool. That's cool. Really cool. Love it. Cal's back in. Thought out. Brought me back in. Love it. Who's next? 2-2 or D0?
I can. I think we see we see a shipyard, right? And we see this like old patched up Imperial shuttle touchdown on this shipyard, and out rushes like 15 or 20 droids armed who just start storming this dock, and you can see D0 very clearly leading the pack as
droid pirates. That's awesome.
Yeah, droid freedom fighters. As they start, grabbing all of the droids in the dock and firing off at like the corporate sector goons holding onto their property. And that is D0's epilogue.
Droid freedom fighter. That's sweet. I love it. What about our trainee? What about 2-2?
So I think 2-2 joins the New Republic, and kind of just like starts as a fairly low level operative, but we see this glimpse of like a mission that he's gone out on, and stuck in some sort of like trench fire, but he's got this young woman next to him, and he pulls the lightsaber off of his belt because he never used it. He's like, I mean, take this. We've got no other option. And I feel like there's like some sort of hint to like maybe she's got the Force, and they fight their way out, and it's like she maybe joins the cause after that.
Nice. Oh, just like oopsed it up. That is fantastic. That's
Can I make one last suggestion? I think the thing that 2-2 and I have signed up for is like a kind of like proxy New Republic. Like we're basically like fake mercenary. We're Republic mercenaries and bounty hunters. Like we're now part of like not an open, we're like guerrillas, like a proxy war.
Yeah, like a Black Ops kind of.
Yeah. I love the Jedi though. That's a great one.
Coming up in December, like New Republic Black Ops, starring Kel Trazik and 2-2BR.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I love it. Sweet. Just so we could wrap it up mechanically, let's do our end of session stuff. Did you conclude the current hunt? You concluded it. Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah, we saved Bane.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who knows what would happen to him?
Did you learn something? Yeah. it would not have been good. Did you learn something new and important about the galaxy?
Yeah, I think we learned about this conspiracy, and we learned about lots of Yeltsin, and various things.
Cool. Did you learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
I found out Zot was a glitter stim addict. I didn't know that.
That's true.
All
We
right.
found out about Tutu. Actually, we found out a lot about Tutu. I think with that, actually, with joining up, and he changed in that epilogue quite a lot. And yeah, I go with that.
I liked that a lot. Cool. So that's 2 XP for everybody, and that will bring our brief bit of bounty of the week to a close. I just want to ask, do you guys feel like did we successfully bring any of the plot threads to a close? Any of them? Yes. Okay.
I think the New Republic thing for sure. Yeah.
Good. Awesome. Brief bit of stars, and then we're out. And if you have any wishes for like, hey, the next time we run bounty of the week, here's a couple of mechanical things that feedback for that to think about. I'd like to go first for, you just go ahead and package it all up, stars and wishes all together. If you don't have any wishes, that's fine, because it's last session. So
Okay. What order do you want to do it?
we will go from left to right on the character keeper. So Will, you're up first.
Cool. Stars, definitely to Tutu for that ending with the lightsaber. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fun. That was very Star Wars. I loved it.
And I definitely loved the bickerings up. That was great. And the whole swoop bike gang thing was cool as well. D0, I think every party should have a droid. So useful. And I do love the whole the revolutionary thing, because I entirely agree with the droid liberation army. And Rich, I thought you did a great job of like tying it all together and everything, including the whole like the convoluted set of multiple allegiances we all had to different things. That was very cool.
Thanks. Thank you.
I don't have any wishes other than to maybe bring Cal and Tutu back in a future like Commando game, Star Wars thing.
It may not be bounty of the week, but
No.
that does sound fun. That does sound real fun. Yeah, that's a thing. Republic Black Ops. Oh, that's super compelling to me. Sweet. Oh, thank you so much, Will. Sweet. So moving from left to right, next up is Greg.
Just jumping off of that, I am like still just in my head a little bit on paper working on a hack of Band of Blades called a Band of Rebels, or an Alliance of Rebels. It would be time shifted wrong because it's supposed to be between Yavin and Hoth. But
right, and that's a great time.
Yeah. For this game, absolute stars all around. What a great, and David as well, who unfortunately couldn't be here. We just, I wish we could have 15 hunters. Just an absolute blast of a time. I wish we had hit a little bit more on Zop thinking D0 was a chosen one. I think longer play, we definitely would have gotten there. I loved where we left it. I loved Tutu, and having finally some chance to manipulate people, because at the beginning of the game, we were failing that all over the place. And then, Kel is just awesome. I want to see Kel in future games. I totally plan to use the liberated droids in future games. If I ever play another droid, I'm going to be a droid from that planet that got liberated and wants to find out about the world.
I'm a Gesserillion. Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
Gesserillion independent droids. That was awesome. One wish, it's a mechanical organizational thing. I would love to have a tab on the character keeper that's the bounty. Tying it with NPCs was a little confusing, and giving a spot where we can take notes on what we have discovered on the hunt.
That's really good.
Just a spot for that would be great. Otherwise, I absolutely loved it and can't wait to play with all of you again.
Really good note on the bounty tab. That's good. Thank you, Greg. Josh.
Yeah, I had a wonderful time. Stars, I thought that we had just this very interesting group dynamic, right? All of our characters had these like weird esoteric links to these very conflicting groups, and I thought that it was just so interesting to see that work itself out in play. I would love to see these characters back in another game and another in the future, who knows, right? I really loved all the stuff we managed to get out and play, and I I would love to play D0 again. I would love to see these guys again. Wishes, I think I'm happy where we ended up. Nothing immediately comes to mind. No. But thank you for the experience.
Thank you, Joshua. I've really enjoyed it. John, what about you?
Definitely stars for how we wrapped up or at least like got a nice kind of like milestone for the New Republic part, and I really liked the manipulate move from Kel to Tutu, right? And like I feel like that helped kind of bring Tutu from maybe being a selfless, motivated person to now tied into a thing for like other reasons. I had a lot of fun. Also, I really liked all the scenes at the Spice Den, the gangs and the interactions over there, jumping on the bike and running, and then also Miona and interacting there. That was a lot of fun. I think I love the idea of the bounty tab. I'm going to steal that for whenever I run Monster of the Week and maybe at some point Bounty of the Week too. That's a great idea. And then, wishes. I wish we had more sessions and could play more. But I had a great time.
Good. Thank you. I'm glad, John. It can be tough to join an ongoing game, and I think you did a great job of carving out a really interesting character and a niche for his part of the story. I really enjoyed D0's conversation with Goo. I like that D0 was a little dark when it was just the two of them. Like that was some, as someone said, Terminator music and background in chat. That was neat. I liked the use of oops, John, and the way you shaped the character to be helpful and amusing. Like he was a nice counterpoint to the uber macho Kel and the kind of dirty scuzzy Zop, who also is a knight of weird order. Wishes for me, I wish I could have done more Tanwa clan stuff. I felt like that was a little tough. And like wishes for the system, I think having characters that like everybody's got everybody's part of the guild, but then two characters are from setup, right? Also part of another organization. I did the best I could to manage it. If I had to do it over again, I think the veteran might not have a separate secret agency. They might just have stuff that ties more directly into the guild itself, that I think would probably help kind of clear the lines out a little bit. Because I know David's inspiration was the Republic dropship trooper who's got her own past with stuff, but I felt like it created some complications for like, okay, who gave us this actual mission, and I think I'd probably clear it out a little bit. So when you deal with the agency, you're dealing with the guild, not your other secret private thing. But that's me. I like team-oriented games where there's like a couple of mixed loyalties, but that generally are like, rather than everybody's got their own secret organization on the side, that can get weird. But you guys pulled it off. It was really fun. Thank you so much for playing, you guys. And with that, we'll go ahead and bring the stream to an end.